thank you so much for this opportunity. Imagine to get the possibility to talk to one's heart people about a very important topic for our society. We are, as a people, Sami people is a very technological people. That is our starting point. And that is due to the fact that we have been residing in the Arctic, and we have developed very advanced clothing technologies. We have developed very advanced traditional technologies to do reindeer herding, to do salmon fishing, to do Arctic farming, to do fishing in the sea. So our starting point is that technology has never been a new thing for us. We have done a lot of innovations with technology through the times. And one of the most recent adaptations that comes to mind is the way we adapted the snowmobiles, how they were integrated into people's livelihoods and life practices. So we adapt the technologies to serve our way of life. Where do we come from? And why would this, to master this very strange type of fire as the artificial intelligence is that we have a cultural trauma to administer in different ways, that a lot of our people have lost their mother tongues, lost their language. We have oral traditions that are interrupted. Traditional places have been erased, and we have a lot of things that we need to restore, and we live within an imperative that we need to reclaim, that we need to develop the language learning opportunities. For example, how do we pronounce in Bithland Sámi this and those words? Can we get help from the artificial intelligence how we could pronounce different words, and how would we be able to administer cultural mentorship programs? Could we establish safe spaces for that? If you mispronounce when you are trying to reclaim the language again, can you do the go through the pain of mispronunciation with the help of AI? Could that be a mirror where you can mirror your pronunciation? And so there are a lot of ways we can think about artificial intelligence as this fire that we could start to administer, and learn that we shouldn't burn ourselves on that fire, but we should be able to cook food and to warm ourselves with that tool. So we have not only the cultural trauma as history has given us, but we have also a lot of current threats that we are facing. And all these threats, both on the land and on the sea, they require from us that we have an ability to consume a lot of information. Then we should be able to structure that information that we have received. And then we should be able to respond to that information and then give good responses, be able to answer in good ways. For example, when a project, when we are faced with new projects in the legal world, we used to use this metaphor of being papered down. If a big law firm attacks a small law firm, then the big law firm would put like 17 lawyers on a case, and then they would produce a lot of paper, and then they send that to the small law firm, and the small law firm isn't able to process all this information, and then they will typically raise the white flag, even if their case is not that bad. And that is a situation that reminds for us on the way that, for example, when a project is launched, then we get a lot of paper with a lot of different information, and we are in a desperate need of how to process and organize that information. So that's where the fire comes in, that we have to think about the AI like we have been thinking about technology in the earlier days, that that is the new thing that we shall learn. So we get a lot of possibilities through the AI, but it's almost like when you find a new reindeer bull and then you want to to make a heregi out of that, then you have to go through a big fight in order to what we call in Sami language dagmat. And that is our, as a culture, that is our task with the AI. So it gives us possibilities to make personalized Sami language tutors. Pronunciation I already have mentioned, and it is like myself, I have with this immersive language experiences, I have loaded Kvikstads lappiske eventyr or sang, this 4-volume collection of Sami stories, and then I can ask the AI, where do Kvikstad tell about the underground people, the Gofichter? And then I get those stories, and where are stories about animals talking and so on. So then I can have a new type of dialogue with this 4 volumes. So it gives also a path to how we can preserve and share our cultural knowledge. For example, in yoik, currently we are in a situation where we discuss, should there be yoik, should there not be yoik, but we don't go have the possibility to go further into the ways of yoiking. For example, liudet, this melodic yoik type, like and then yauzat, this technique that where it's much more twists and curves there. And then I think that is one of the possibilities, that people who want to train themselves and to sharpen themselves in different yoik techniques, they will then get such a type of mirror where they can try out and then find where they could sharpen their skills. So that is one possibility. And then there is also this situation of how we organize our livelihoods with technological advancement. What can AI do with to administer authenticity, for example, in Sámi craft, or how could we utilize that for reindeer herding? So it is a possibility. There are some challenges there, then there are some possibilities there. So our task, where are we in this? Our task is that we have to organize ourselves as a small society. We have to alphabetize ourselves. We have to start learning these tools, how they work, what kind of gravitational laws are in operation in this space. We have to teach our children how to utilize that. We have to help our young ones to utilize that, and we have to use spaces like this, political spaces like this. So, for example, every annual conference should have a session where one updates oneself on artificial intelligence and what can be done, because there are possibilities to how we can protect ourselves against digital colonization and these new types of threats that the AI also makes us meeting, and some of the inherent risks that are in AI. For example, biases that it repeats, for example, discriminatory patterns that have been in administrative or academic practices. And then that is one of the ways that we have to be, as an indigenous people, we have to be able to tame the AI on that. So I think that we have a huge task to alphabetize ourselves on that we have to bring it up in the agenda. And I have myself, I use these AI tools to make small videos, like when I see some news from Australia in Indigenous law, then I go there and I ask the AI, can we please to help together make a little video about this new court decision that was in Australia, and when the Finnish prosecutor put down the case against the Sámi election council in Finland, and in that way to think that we can utilize it in very practical ways and then inform each other. So it can be a way for us to defend ourselves, but also to create leadership tools that we can get a lot of help from. So So my, if I sum up my presentation, is that the first thing we have to do is that we have to alphabetize ourselves. And then we have to start discussing and telling each other stories about the AI, what the AI can do and not do, and what kind of accidents we have had with the AI, and how that went wrong, and how that succeeded. Like, I belong to a generation who heard a lot of stories about how the different accidents with the snowmobiles happened when the first generation hit the snowmobiles. And we will have to go through the same phase as we belong to the first generation. But we have to include that in our storytelling traditions. We have to talk about this in more organized manners, like I have already mentioned, that we should have courses in indigenous AI already from the kindergarten, from the primary school, and here in this house when we meet and organize. So my wet dream is that for example, on the next permanent forum that the Samis are organizing a side event in indigenous peoples and AI. It's not a big thing, but it's a thing, and that's where we need to start with this. And that was what I had prepared for you today.